are listening to the Holistic Travel Nurse podcast. Thanks for staying tuned. This episode, I'm going to talk about making lists and maybe, self evaluation with your time in quarantine. I hope you're doing it. I hope you're going to get something from this and you will share it. You'll reach out to me and that you're doing something amazing for your health today. So sorry for the dings. As I sit here with my dog and my day off from work, after taking care of some COVID patients, and then I've really monitor what I take in with my mind and the negativity that's out there and guarding your mind. And I hope that you're doing the same and guarding your own mind. But it's okay to watch the news once in a while, right? So watched the news yesterday, and I'm recording this. It's actually tax day. It's April 15th. And I'm going, okay, thank you, Trump, for extending taxes, because I don't have everything to my accountant. I haven't emailed her in a while, and I was like, oh, today I'm going to get that done with my day off. That is on my major to-do list, and I'm going to work on that this afternoon. And yesterday, watching the news, and then spent, a lot of times in the past couple shifts I've had at the hospital working on the COVID floors. So you have to get in the surgical scrubs that they give you. You have to change your clothes. You wash your hands like obsessively. And then the hospital doesn't want you to leave the floor. So they've been feeding us, and I know my food sensitivities to foods that cause issues in my body, and one of them being sugar and gluten. And I hate both of those. And I wish it was like almost like an immediate reaction, because then my body would like, okay, yeah, tell my brain, don't eat that crap, Naomi. You could just go without eating. But, you're hungry, you're stressed. And so I ate things that I normally don't eat. And this isn't the time to be doing that. I totally had 2 days of that, and I've gone home and I went grocery shopping, and I'm like, no, I have to be better prepared in what I'm bringing food to work. We appreciate, I have to say that, as nurses, businesses, and other people who have given us food. Oh my gosh, we totally appreciate that. I just want healthier options. And gluten is a problem for a lot of people that don't even realize it. If you have arthritis, you might be having gluten sensitivity. It fills up in your body in different areas. So just eating bread can do that to you, or things that have a lot of gluten in it. And that's what I did. And so I've gotten home, and I was like, no, I'm gonna make some low carb, grain free brownies. I'm going to make some I made low carb biscuits that were totally yummy and gluten-free. So you can do it. So it made me think we should be doing self-reflection during this time, and we should have a not to-do list, just as we should have a to-do list. And on my not to-do list is not to eat gluten and sugar, especially right now when they can bring havoc to your immune system. And in your health to-do list, making sure when you do shop, and you can shop, and if you're limited or whatever, that you are choosing foods that are going to be nourishing to you, your body and your mind. So you're choosing things that are going to be nourishing to you. That's just should be key. With the news yesterday and the cases that have been really bad, they were saying a certain population of people in a couple different cities and states that they've seen really bad illness with the COVID. And it and it had to make you dawn on you, what are we doing with the people that are getting over it, or getting it and being asymptomatic, to the people that are getting it? What is the difference? What if we could look at their blood, we could look at nutrients. Doubt anyone would do it, but we could look at nutrients and nutrient density of that person who's really sick to that person who barely got sick, I bet you there would be a difference in that. Like, this person was not malnourished and this person had more chronic inflammation in their body. This person, you know, was running on, if you want to compare your body to unleaded and not supreme gas, not the best food, not the best nutrients, I bet we would see a comparison. And just kind of what I've been seeing in the same sense is that ones that have been sicker are possible population of people that have not prioritized their health and what they consume in their body. And it's sad too, because we also have a lot of people that don't get it, that their diet and lifestyle makes such a huge difference in their health. I did a post this morning on my Instagram, and I talked about, like, if you could prioritize your health. I mean, if I could take back like 10 years of what I've gotten working in the healthcare system, like years and years and years, it'd be, yeah, we do medicine. We can save lives in a trauma situation. Gosh, our healthcare system is amazing for that. And I love our physicians and our nurses and the brilliant people that can do that. But when we talk about chronically aging and taking care of one's quality of health, we do horrible job at that. If you see a physician and it's not a functional medicine or a naturopath, you're just going to be throwing medications a lot when it could be going upstream and looking at the possible root cause and maybe looking at your nutrients and your lifestyle. And those play so dramatically to your overall health and the quality health you're getting. And yes, there's a total population of people that are just surviving and don't, or there's a total population that could care less because they're addicted. My husband worked 10 years at the rescue mission. He was himself homeless at one point and an addict. And those people aren't thinking about their health. When an addiction controls your mind, then you don't put your health at risk. So those patients are high risk. You know, they were saying that, oh, the homeless, it's just devastated the homeless population. I'm not surprised. There are some people that have been homeless and are homeless that do care, but when you're just trying to survive and you don't even have a house, or it's hard to get food, just regular food, then yeah, I get it. And so as a nation, I think this is a time where we can really step up and we can think about those people and we can do something for those people. Those are some organizations out there that we can donate to, that we can, when this is over, we can volunteer and serve and educate. Those are the people that need us. And then, of course, I think of our senior citizens also, because sometimes in nursing homes, they don't have, they have no choices on what they eat or if they eat as they're aging. If I have a 94-year-old grandma and whatever, they just are given what they're given. And could we think of keeping them better nutrient dense foods also, and better supplementation along with their medications? I mean, hey, is that an idea? And I hope that you're like self-evaluating. I mean, I was thinking about, gosh, if I was home and one of those moms right now that had all my kids, and I tried homeschooling, so the people at homeschool, hands down to you, but if I had my kids at home, and I have 4 of them, and they were all young, and I'm quarantined for 5 weeks or longer with them, holy crap. I can imagine what happens. I mean, I remember the days when I thought they were all in bed and I go take a bath and they were hog tying their sister with duct tape downstairs. I mean, it was so, like, I can't get any rest. These kids are doing whatever, and getting a structure and a daily habit with doing something with them and keeping your insanity. Moms, I totally get it. Oh my goodness, I totally get it. And that is the hardest job out there, is being a parent and being a mom. So hats off to you. Hopefully you can go on a walk with your kids. You can do something. You can go somehow give them a TV time and go do some yoga for yourself. I remember like putting on cartoons so I could literally just take a nap, even to take a nap. I remember those days. And yesterday doing my yoga, and my dog is like sticking her head under, because we live in an RV, so they can kind of get their head, they can almost get their bodies underneath the doors. And she's just like, I'm like watching me the whole time, and I'm trying to do yoga. I was like, well, I'm like, you can't just give me a few minutes a piece. I mean, she is just always wants to be near me or on me. It's hilarious. So I have to close the door, or if I go outside to do yoga, I have to, like, you guys can't be involved. It just makes it harder. Those people that are doing yoga with their animals and training them, awesome sauce for you, but not great for me. So with that said, I'm looking for some interviews, and I have some people that are going to be coming on. They're going to talk about their experiences with their health. They're going to talk about one person having COVID, other people that have been on the front lines during this, and also at the same time, I mean, what you're doing at home for the people that are quarantined and how they're managing their minds and their body and their health. I mean, I'm telling you, because the news also has come out finally and said what I've been wanting to say, and what this is definitely a genetically modified virus, which makes it, I think, even harder for them to make a vaccine for it. And their whole media thought process is, oh, we're going to get a vaccine, we are going to cure it with that way. We're going to make sure people get antibodies, so if they come in contact with it, they won't get so sick. Great in theory, I think, but we should also, at the same time, I don't know why we don't think about your immune system and strengthening and balancing your immune system. To me, after years of healthcare, it just blows my mind that we don't think of the common sense things. Having my own child, oh my goodness, with this one with severe asthma, and physician after physician after physician after, I mean, years and years and years of medications, and no one ever talked about the toxins we had that are triggering the asthma with her, or the lifestyle changes, or hey, let's support and balance her immune system. What foods could be helping and being a trigger? What environmental things that we could be doing besides just throwing on a medication to combat what's going on in her body, because it's inflammation in her lungs. And no one talked about that. I had literally figured it out on my own. And because of people giving me natural solutions, because other people have given me tips, because other people have put podcasts and books and information out there, that I was able to do it. If I was able to find functional medicine wasn't around then, when she was younger, and I was sorting through this on my own. So it's now that way. And it made me think of that when I was cleaning my shower this morning. Everybody was like crazy buying bleach. I don't own bleach, and I'm very proud of that, because I used to have that, but it is such a harsh chemical. Don't have it mixed with vinegar. If you're going to use it, fine. Make sure you dilute it, but it's not necessary. I clean, and I get things very clean, and I know I'm killing things without bleach. Bleach was one of the things that made my daughter's asthma flare. Artificial fragrances and all those freaking chemicals in the household cleaners is one of them. Candles, Febreze, all those things were like triggering, and her immune system reaction that was negative. Did I ever hear anything about that? In years. So many years of trying. That's why I became a nurse. I wanted to figure it out. I wanted to figure out how to help my kids. And then I'm like, how do I help everybody else? And I'm like, and I remember taking care of patients thinking, oh my gosh, is this where my kid's going to be ending up, because this is all it is? But I refuse to give up. I refuse to be, and I hope that you're like that. I refuse to take whatever the media and whatever this person says about my life or my family's life or health. I refuse that. I am going to figure it out. I am going to find the solutions that are going to be helpful, and find the things not to do. Have that not to do list. Make a not to do list, not to shop, not to buy bleach, not to have sugar in your house, not to have gluten in your house, to figure out what not to do, and then start doing the things that also aid and causing so much change. And it's a slow progressive. It is for me, like, I wish, like I said, I ate the gluten or ate the sugar and then like an hour later. No, it's actually 2 days. Then it takes my body a couple days because I'm getting old to feel better. I mean, it will cause joint pain with me. It will cause headaches. It will cause these foods that are toxic to my body. Or if I put myself in a whole bunch of artificial fragrances, they will cause negative responses in my body. And I have become in tune with that. You don't have to go and get all the blood work done at a functional medicine or a naturopath. You can spend all that money. Literally, you can do an elimination diet. Literally, you can do 30 days without certain foods and take a food journal and literally go, okay, well, this food, I can't eat this food. Most people, it's gluten. If you looked at GMO food, period, if you just cut GMO food out of your life, you'd be probably doing better. So GMO is corn and soy and sugar. There's so much of that. And we have to think about that when we're feeding our children. I wish I would have known more of that years ago. And so now, I mean, when I grocery shop, I'm very meticulous about what I purchase and how I purchase. And and yes, the cost matters, but not as much as my health in the long term run. I mean, I'm not on any medications, as many people are. I'm on a ton of supplements. And I love my supplements. But I'm also very precise in what I am going to fill my body with. And even because my mom will complain, oh, it's just organic this, organic that. I'm like, understand those herbicides and your pesticides, your body has to deal with those. And it's giving your body work that you don't necessarily need. Think of it that way so you can put it on the to-do and not to-do list. Grow more of your own food right now, you guys. If you're in an area, I want you to like tag me in Instagram or on Facebook or something. Some plants you planted. Growing your own tomatoes, your own cucumbers, your own whatever. Get your kids out there in the soil. Great for them. Great for them. If you can't, and you live in some area, do some pots outside. It's funny because I think I did that right with my kids. I was gardened, and now I have my son's 22, almost 23, and he tells me about living in an apartment, but still able to. He's like, Mom, I'm growing this and this plant outside, and I'm growing a tomato plant. Da da da. I mean, I instilled those things, and I realized that I instilled those things in my kid, and I'm like, I'm kind of proud of that. And so the moms, you can instill some really great habits to your own kids and food habits. I had one kid that used to tell me, we had a fruit bowl on the table, and she would tell us, there's no food in the house. She would just freak out, There's no food in the house, because if there was no fruit to her or fresh vegetables, there was no food for her. And she, it was just like priority for her. I was like, this kid ate an apple every day. When she had braces, I thought, oh, how are we going to eat an apple? She was like chopping it up and make it small pieces. She was still going to figure out how to eat her apple, even with her mouth being sore from just getting braces. So it was a priority, and it was something I guess I'm glad as a parent that I did. I hear in other people that have had kids that they make a separate meal for them because they won't eat that. No, I wouldn't do that. I would be the parent, because my parents were that to me. You're going to eat what's served to you, and we want to fill your body with nutrient-dense food and not crap. And it's so easy to fill your body with crap and actually not feel good. And then when you start filling your body with good food, you actually start feeling better too. It actually affects all of your body when you're filling your body with really good food. So I hope you guys are doing something at quarantine. I hope you're making a list of not to do going forward and to do. And I hope that you listen to more of my podcasts and you share more of this with somebody else. And I hope that you're using your oils to clean your house if you have oils. If you don't, and you're using other chemicals, beware. Go look it up. It's easy. I have a whole other episode on toxins. Easy to listen to. Easy to watch. Easy to educate yourself. Doing something to move the needle is to like slowly educate yourself on little things that you could be doing every day or things that you shouldn't be doing every day. And so one of the things you could be doing is listening to this or watching my YouTube channel. Those are things you could be doing that are going to aid and benefit for you. And I appreciate you that you have done this. And I appreciate that you are, if you're listening to this, I think you're one of those people that want to have better health and make their health priority. So I thank you for that. Go ahead and become one of my Patreons. And I will have episodes on there just for my Patreon people. You can do that support it for just $1 a month. I actually have an episode on there which is really impactful that talks about right now viruses and essential oils and bacteria and essential oils. Very interesting conversation I had with an expert. So something to check out, something to support. Also, you could, if you don't have oils, reach out to me at holistictravelnurse@gmail.com if you want to have that 30-minute free consultation to figure out, Naomi, I want to work on this area. Can you help me? Can you give me ideas? I love doing that stuff for people. I love helping them get a protocol of little things that they can start doing and they will see results. It is the little things in our lives that we need to decide what we're doing that we shouldn't be doing. That's not to-do list. Or things that we should be doing more of, for sure to-do list. In our health, in our mental health, in our physical health, maybe it's cutting the news and picking up a good book. I wonder how many people are reading a book during quarantine. I sat in my bed this morning and I have these 2 books and the one of them I actually just skimmed read and the other one I just love it. I could just get carried away off in the book. But you know what? Choose something that's nourishing to your body, not just fun. Choose something that's nourishing to your brain. That's going to be a little bit educational. It's a little bit going to spark your interest or do something that will help you personally develop your mind or your body or something. And then carry that forward. Help somebody else. I'm sure there's a neighbor that you could go shopping for right now. I'm sure there's someone that you can make a rollerball that will help with their emotions right now or one of their health issues. I'm sure that there's something you can do for somebody else if you really sat and thought about it and give it some time and prayer time and go, what do you want me doing today, God? What should you have me do today that I can help and bless somebody else? He will definitely give you ideas. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for even watching this if it's on my YouTube. I actually recorded this. You could watch me with no makeup on today. But I hope that I inspire you to take action. Take that to-do list or not to-do list. Take a picture of it and send it to me and tell me you did it. Tell me the little things in your life that you're doing that are moving the needle. Because they will. Little things matter.